All right, everybody, here it is. We got the KX65. Yep, I just kind of wanted to show you guys how much power this thing has. And you know, right now I'm a slim and trim 270, but I am like working out a little bit, so I'm losing that. I'm gonna start getting into the MX shape, which is, you know, around 225 or whatever. Anyways, that was my good weight, 225. I gotta run a little bit, do a little bit of running. But I just wanted to show you this bike. You guys already seen this bike before. The reason why I want to upgrade this bike for Nathan to get him the KX85 is because the amount of money that it would cost to put new suspension on this thing, it really isn't worth, and the tires are so small. It's almost like riding a real small pit bike, and you want something that's going to sit higher with bigger tires, you know, so you can get over those jumps. But so far this bike has been great. We've had two and a half spark plugs in it since we got it, and it cranks up every time. The only problem that I've had with this bike is that, and it might have been due to the fact that the spark plug was a little bit burned up, but when Nathan would drop this bike, it would flood out and you could not crank it up until I had to like take the spark plug out, clean it off, and then it would crank up. So basically, you can adjust the suspension right here on this thing a little bit, the hard and soft right here. See that? So on the forks, you got the hard and soft suspension on left and right side. Also, what was I gonna say? Look at this thing on this air tank right here for the rebound. I believe it's a rebound. What is this thing called? I don't even know what that's called, to be honest with you. I know it has something to do with the suspension when it compresses, how hard it compresses. Then you got your spring, but you can't, it's hard to fit any kind of hose up to that or an adapter up to that, you know, because it's so tight in there, and I've tried it. So on the new ones, the KX85, it doesn't have that. It's like, I think it's oil filled, so you don't have to worry about that anymore. Also, with this bike, to take the air filter off, you have to remove this whole assembly right here. Take everything off and take it all out just to clean the air filter out. So I've done that before too. And I did that also to get to that, to tighten that spring up for Nathan because it was bottoming out with him. So I did that, but like I said, other than that, this thing is a rugged bike. He's dropped this thing, I would say probably 10 or 12 times. And you know, I replaced it. Remember, this piece broke right here. I had to replace that because he ripped that off. Been a couple of those radiator directors. Actually, that's not a radiator director, but air like flows that way. He bent that out, ripped that open, and I had to fix that, but that was pretty cheap. Nothing to do with the frame. I still haven't replaced the handle grips on it. You can see these things are worn out. Everything's good. The clutch is good. It's a little bit loose because he's dropped this thing. Like I said, he's dropped it so many times, and it still could be tightened, but it's still a good bike. Let's crank this thing up and see how it does. I'll be honest, I had it warmed up a little bit, but look at that thing just crank right up. I'm gonna show you the power of this bad boy. I think I'm gonna trade the 450 for this right here because we're gonna do a demo. Me riding this thing versus Nathan. Come here, Nathan. Show him your BB gun.
The safety fell off of it. So
He's out squirrel hunting. But I was gonna show him a video. Hey.
What?
I was gonna show a video of him like do a video of me versus Nathan. So Nathan, pay attention. You don't got nothing on me. Did you just drop your BB gun again? Anyways, I wanted to show you guys how much power this little 65 has. There's Drew, by the way. She's trying to get in the video. She wants to show you a cheer. Do your cheer. Go. Ready, set. Hold on. Listen to this.
Yeah, I'm listening.
Go ahead. Do your cheer.
What is it called?
Push him back. Okay, go.
Come on.
Hold on. This is, I'm going to set it up. This is a cheer for Nathan's football team, by the way. All right. Go ahead.
Okay.
Okay, can you tell me the rules?
Push them back. You just do it, you know.
Push him back 5.
Do it to them. Show it to YouTube.
Push him back 5, y'all. Push him back 10.
10. Pick them up.
Just the one from push him back again.
And then say, yay, and jump.
Say we're number 1. Woo!
All right, this time, yeah, woohoo. Now do it super loud this time. Come on.
Okay, really loud?
Yeah.
Like a falcon?
Yeah.
Woo! What's a falcon?
Now do the cheer. Push them back.
Push him back 5, y'all. Push him back 10. Pick him
him up.
up. Just the one from push him back again.
Now say, yay.
Yay, what's a falcon?
Woohoo! All right, back to the good stuff, guys. So we're gonna do a little me versus Nathan. Uh-oh, I think you have to have this thing in neutral when you crank it up. Okay, so I got it. Whoa, let me crank up. All right, watch out.
That is messed up.
It is? Oh, it is. That's why it was crooked. I thought that thing was crooked. The number wasn't crooked, it was just the plate. All right, here we go, guys. I'll just be honest with you guys. I'll be honest with you guys. One time I was turning when I first got it, and Nathan could be the judge, and not on video, but the handlebar, I was doing like that, and I was turning the handlebar, got caught right here, and my knee, and I just fell over on it, and Nathan was like, you're not allowed to ride my bike anymore. So.
But here you are riding it again.
And that power band, you hit that power band. Hold on, let me do it one more time.
Woo.
And you hit that power band and it just takes off. It's like about mid-range or whatever. When you hear it take off, it hits it. They say something about the KX85 has like this device on it that actually makes the power band earlier. So that's kind of cool. That's what that guy, what was that guy's name again, babe?
Oh, Connor?
Yeah, Connor was saying.
Oh, I'm doing this fast.
All right, one more time. Let's see what I got.
I think his name.
Yeah, Connor.
Carter.
Carter. Yeah, that's what I said.
Carter.
Carter. All right, Carter. This was what's out here.
Just a second. That poor bike, huh? Here he comes. Woo! Okay.
Crotch rocket.
Is that scary?
Woo! That thing is powerful, man. With me, it's like I'm not even on it. It just. All right, hold on. All right, guys, that was with me on it, and that's how much power that thing has with someone that weighs 270. What's up,
You have
babe?
to get a helmet, buddy. Yeah, you do.
Yeah, go down and get a helmet real quick. right, guys, he's gonna get a helmet. I thought I had a helmet on and I didn't, so that was bad. But I'm not an expert at that. I could have popped a wheelie if I had a little bit more practice. But the power band, you got to really play with it. That's like maybe the third time I rode that bike, but that power band on that thing, it's like right at the last, I would say 2,000 to 3,000 RPMs. You guys tell me exactly what the power band is on it, but you could tell it's like, it's past mid-range, it's on the top end. So you got to keep it on that power band. And Nathan is actually way better of a rider on that thing than me. Of course, that 450F is a 4-stroke, so it rides completely different. It's like equal. It has the low torque on that thing is phenomenal. So here's Nathan. Let's see what Nathan has. He still needs to ride it on the power band too. That's the thing on a track, you got to keep it in that power band the whole time. You got to just constantly change gears on that thing. Yeah, that thing's powerful. So go ahead and hit your trail. But anyways, guys, I was thinking about just trading this thing in and getting him the 85 and then in Addison the KLX 140. But then I was having a lot of comments on the video saying get the YZ85 or the CRF 150. The CRF 150 I believe is a 4-stroke. So you know that might be a good bike too. You don't have to worry about that power band. But at the same time, you know, and then you got less maintenance on it too as well. So I appreciate those comments. So the CRF 150 would be another good bike to size up on. What is it, babe?
No, what?
Why?
Because.
I'm gonna ride bikes, but I'm trying to do a video right now. Another option, like I said, the YZ85 is a good 2-stroke. But see right there how he's riding it like that? That's not in the power band. He's riding it like it would be a 4-stroke. But you know it's not. It's a 2-stroke, and you got to keep it on those high RPMs. I think Carter, right?
Carter, I think.
Carter said over at the Freedom Power Sports. There you go. You got a little. See how he needs to keep it in the high power band, but he was saying that the KX85, the power band hits a lot earlier than the KX65 because it has that induction port on it, almost like a kind of like a turbocharger thing. You know, it will close and open up to give it more air, like it will route the air. If it needs more air, it will like close a flap and like route it in. So you guys know what I'm talking about, I bet. But that seems like it'd be a good thing. But I think the KX85 they said was $4,300, but I might be able to talk it down a little bit from that. Try to walk a willie.
Boo on that.
Boo. What is it? All right, guys, so I just wanted to do a little demonstration on the KX65 to show you how much power this thing actually has on it. If you know how to ride this thing and you're the right size rider, this thing right here has plenty of power. It's not about the power for Nathan. Actually, Nathan has not even mastered the KX65, to be honest with you. He's gotten like way better, but it's just the suspension needs to be changed. He, like on those jumps, like around trails and stuff, it's great. When you start getting on high jumps, he'll hit those jumps and like he'll bottom out and like do like this, and it's just dangerous. So, you know, unless he's just gonna stick with trails, that'd be fine for trails. And it's a good bike just to get around on. Besides, it's really loud. 4-stroke is much quieter. You know, the CRF 150 might really be a good option. So I really appreciate all the comments out there, guys, and you guys are the best. I haven't really been posting a lot. I'm actually going back to work elbow's coming along a little bit better. I'm going back to work on Monday, so that's good. And, you know, hopefully I can get back on the 450 and do, you know, learn how to do some, walk a lot of wheelies, tail whips, you know, and all that good stuff. Or maybe just go trail riding. Motocross is all good. The racing aspect of it is like you can't beat it, guys. It's so fun. So get to the track, stay safe, get your gear. That's the most important thing. Bike and gear, practice, get out there and have fun. And Nathan hasn't been riding as much lately because he's been playing football. Like tonight, I got to take him to football practice. He gets off of school and then goes straight to football practice. But I need to take him to the track. I think I'm going to take him this weekend. So expect a video going to the track. And also expect another video on, you know, maybe going to look at the CRF 150 because that's a good idea, and also the YZ85. My bad if I didn't go and shout that bike out. Yamaha makes a great bike too. They just had a lot of Suzukis over at Freedom. They had a lot of Suzukis and Kawasaki's there. They did have a couple of Hondas, and then they had a couple Yamahas, but they were like the 450s and the 250s, and those are a little bit out of their range. But I think for Addison, with his skill level and his riding style, I think the KLX 140 would be like a perfect option. So, like I said again, thanks for all the feedback. Thanks for watching this video. Thank you so much for subscribing to the channel, and love you guys, and I really appreciate you guys a lot. So also one more thing, watch out for Hurricane Irma. I wanted to give a shout out to my family in Houston. They just went through a hurricane. They live in Houston, and they all made it. Actually, they're on the west side of Houston in Katy, Texas, and they're all helping the disaster relief. If you have any extra money to donate, the Red Cross is a good place to donate it. Or just find your own little place and donate it. Water, anything helps those guys over there, because I know firsthand how it is to go through a hurricane. They actually named a hurricane after me. I'm from Miami originally, and they named Hurricane Andrew after me, and I was in Miami when Hurricane Andrew hit, so I was 14 at the time, and when I walked out the door, there was no trees left. It was like a atom bomb dropped, and I remember being a kid at that time, it wasn't as bad because you're just a kid, but being an adult with kids to raise, and oh, it must be hell. So hopefully Irma totally misses, you know, Florida and Georgia and everybody, and goes straight out to the Atlantic and like dissolves up north. So prayers go out to you guys. Thank you guys so much. Stay safe out there. Get your gear. Anyways, all right, guys.